Welcome to the Town of Auburn Planning Board meeting of Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, now called to order at 7 p.m. This meeting is being recorded and broadcasted live by Local Access Programming. Is there anyone here in the audience tonight that is recording tonight's meeting? There being none, please rise and join us in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I would like to remind the audience, applicants, town administration, and each of the planning board members to please refrain from asking questions in regards to all matters discussed this evening without first being granted my consent. And the first public hearing, Paul, we don't have to announce the executive session.
No, we do not. That's been,
First public hearing we have is the applicant is Peter and Clara Virtue requesting site plan approval under section 3.2.3.11 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for a family daycare at 5 Meadowbrook Road, Auburn, Mass. 01501, map 13, parcel 16. Is the applicant present?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to come up and you can sit in the chair if you want and give your name and address, and
Mr. Chair, we need a
if you
motion.
both like to come up, you can both come up.
Motion to open.
Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, it is a vote.
So you can be up here tonight. We have a tight group.
Oh, sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Virtue. This is my wife, Clara. Thank you for having us.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
tell us a little
What did
bit
you-
about what you're doing.
So our plan was to start a daycare, small daycare in the home. We live up on Meadowbrook Road. We've made some new accommodations, modifications to the house. We've been inspected by, we're fully licensed by EEC and meet all their standards. We made some modifications to the home. And I think this is basically our last step. So I'm not sure, what else we need.
On this print that you provided,
Yeah.
is that your home?
Yes, sir. That's our
Is that the
space.
upstairs, downstairs?
That is the downstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
And if that whole area will be for the children?
Yes, sir.
How many children do you expect to have?
We are licensed for up to 6.
6.
Yeah.
So parents will basically come, drop the children off, leave, and pick them up at some time later.
That is correct.
So there won't be 5 or 6 cars parked there in addition to your...
No, sir.
Any questions from the board?
I have a question, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
How many people will be there supervising the children?
So my wife is the principal, and I am a licensed assistant.
Okay.
It's only 2 of us. We may have a third person. We've been considering having a third person come and work at least part-time, but that's not been established firmly yet.
Okay. And do you have to get separate house insurance, homeowners insurance?
Yes, you do.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
that's all. And one more question, if I may. What about feeding the children? Will you be doing any meal preparation or anything special for that?
Yes, yeah. There are various organizations that provide food through EEC. What they do is they deliver the food to us on a weekly basis, and we provide the kids with usually it's 2 meals a day, one in the morning, it's like a breakfast, and then one mid-afternoon before they go home. It's like a lunch snack. You can either provide that food yourself as long as it meets the standards of the organization, or you can have an outside company. That's what they do, is they provide the food. We're going to have someone provide the food for us.
And that will be enough for a week.
Enough for a week, yes,
week's
sir.
worth.
Yeah.
You have all the provisions to store it and refrigerate it and everything?
Yeah, the part of the process is they evaluate all the facilities in the kitchen. They evaluate the sink for cleanliness, the refrigerator for the temperature of the food, for the freezer, the stove. They make sure everything is child safe. Even the water temperature in the sinks need to be a certain temperature so the kids can't scald themselves. So we've been through that entire process, and so far everything's met these standards.
Handicapped access?
We do not have handicapped access,
And
no.
is it like you don't have to have it because of they're young,
Yeah, so I mean, if the agency, when they have someone who requires handicap access, would make an inquiry as to which daycares are set up to accommodate those circumstances. We are not, at least at this moment, we are not set up for that. Albeit, the exit, the main entrance to our daycare right now is in the back of the house, which is on the ground level. So we could in the future try to be regulated for a handicap situation. But as far as like wheelchair access and everything like that, I don't think we're quite there just yet. We'd need to make some more other modifications for
The
wheelchairs.
exit which goes out to your patio,
Yeah.
is that the main exit?
That's the main entrance exit for us, yeah.
Okay, and the other one on the opposite that, it looks like it's near some stairway,
Correct.
That's on the garage side? No?
is that
Oh,
on
no,
the
this one.
ground floor too?
So the 3 egresses from the basement daycare would be the main walkout back to the back patio, to the
Patio.
backyard. The second one would be through the garage, and the third one would be up a flight of stairs to the main level in the house.
Okay. So this one does not need, because it's straight out, there's no need for a ramp, right?
That is correct, yeah.
I just had one more question, Mr. Chairman, if I may. I'm a little confused as to why you have a business certificate from the city of Worcester when you're in Auburn. Could you give me some background on that?
I'm not sure what exactly you're looking at, but,
Right here.
oh, thank you. So when we first started this whole process, my wife's, and pardon my wife for not chirping in all the time, she speaks a little bit of English, she's a little bit shy speaking English.
I understand that.
You should shut up and let her speak. Jump in anytime you want. We started because a lot of her girlfriends have daycares themselves, and they live in Worcester.
Okay.
So they were following all of Worcester's protocols, and she just instinctively started going through that process, because they live in Worcester, forgetting that we don't live in Worcester, we live in Auburn. We have to do this in Auburn. So that was the only reason for this.
Well, it just had me a little confused. That's-
Yeah, no, it is confusing, and we
So that applies to Auburn also?
Through the chair, also in that packet, there is a business license from the town of Auburn. It should be in the packet as well. They over-provided information, but we often like that, so I'd rather have too much information than not enough information.
Right, right.
But there is an Auburn business license in the packet.
Chair, I had a couple of questions as well.
Yes.
What, the hours, Peter, the hours of operation, is there a time?
So the hours of operation are whatever you decide to make them. For us, we've found that most parents have different schedules, like going to work during the day. So some will be dropping their child off earlier in the morning than others. So it will vary, but by and large, what we're trying to do is try to keep it between 8 and 4 o'clock.
I see.
We're trying to, but we'll make special accommodations for those people when we can that need to be late or early in the morning.
Okay. Now, the only question as a follow-up to that would be, if there is, say if all 6 parents are dropping their kids off at the same time, would there be a backup on Meadowbrook?
On
On Meadowbrook Road?
like a log jam on the road? No, no. We have a driveway that can
Okay.
accommodate at least 4 cars. And then, I mean, worst case scenario might be that, 1 or 2 cars had to park very briefly in the front on the street. But our street, as you know, is not, highly trafficked. But I don't anticipate that would happen very often.
And you don't have a set working hours, so it actually helps space out the.
Yeah, and what, I mean, because my wife has been in this business for some other time, working for some other people, and she's familiar with, the coming and going, how it can, a lot of her friends have the same basic business, and what they find is that because the parents all have different work schedules,
Yeah.
they're not necessarily all coming at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
They might come at 7, they might come at 8:30, so it's kind of spread out over the day. And even once that weekly schedule has been established, there will be people that need to make changes to their schedules for working and stuff, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, a couple of other questions. One is, do you require a Board of Health approval? And is that part of your process?
We don't require a Board of Health approval because that is part of what EEC does themselves.
See. EEC, so is that a state organization?
Yes, it is.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about the warming. So yeah, the kitchen, there is a warming kitchen, right, for all the food?
Yeah, we have a kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any other questions.
I saw the application for the business certificate. Did you get it?
I'm sorry, what was the
Did you
question?
get the application? We saw an application in our package for the business certificate, but nothing that shows that you got it or you didn't.
You're referring to,
Oh, let's see.
through the chair, I don't want to step on the applicant's answers, but the business certificate would come after an approval, or presumptively after an approval. So it's sort of pending the action here and any action at the state, but I think the state's already done their part.
Thank you, Paul.
No, I have no other questions.
Nothing else.
I see that the applicant is asking for some waivers. You have a request to waive the following requirements for site plan review and/or special permit review. Public hearing requirement, no, cannot be waived if special permit is needed. We're having a public hearing anyways. And to waive the following items from having to be shown on the site plan: site topography, site lighting, landscape plan, site plan prepared by a professional engineer, proposed system of drainage, drainage calculations. There's no changes to the dwelling. I'd say that, I think we should grant all these waivers because the site is already there. It's what they're gonna do there is not affected by any of none of these things affect the site or what they're gonna be doing there at this time, the way they're proposing the application.
Mr. Chair, if I may, so when the applicant had submitted this, I had suggested to him that these waivers be requested just for the reasons you said. There's no exterior alterations, there's no new construction, the use is entirely inside the building. Usually in those cases, the board is in a position to waive those if they think it's okay. And I think in this case, my opinion would be is it's okay, but it's up to the board, certainly.
Do I have a motion that we can take the waivers?
I will make the motion that we waive the waivers.
Approve the waiving of the waivers.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 It is a vote. The waivers have been waived.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, if I may, to accept the application.
I'll second it.
Any conditions?
Not that I can see.
I think if you were gonna extend beyond 6 children, then you'd have to come before
Yeah.
should come before the town, just.
Okay,
so
sure.
it keeps it in order.
We would also need to go before EEC again because we're only licensed for 6 kids, so we'll probably keep it that way for at least.
I would say, I think the condition would be then to make it pertinent to the EEC license. As long as the license is valid, I think the site plan approval remains.
You second that?
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Is a vote? Do I have a motion to approve? I think you made that.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 It is a vote. Good luck.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So for the benefit of the applicants, Mr. Chair, so we will, now that we have this decision with the proposed, with the condition, we will write up a decision, and at the next meeting, the board will sign that decision. At that time, we'll record that with the clerk's office, you'll get a copy, and then you can go about your business.
Beautiful.
So I can advise you after the next meeting, once that decision has been signed.
Fantastic. Thank you all very much.
Best of luck.
You have a nice night.
Too.
Paul, is the road acceptance considered a public hearing?
Mr. Chair, it's,
Or
I've seen it done a few different ways. Sometimes it's an administrative action by the board. I've seen it listed as a public hearing in previous Auburn Planning Board agendas, so I kept with that. I'm not sure anyone is here specifically to address it tonight. But I know this was something that the select board had discussed, and I'm not sure if the board had discussed this previously before Mr. Menard had left the town. But I guess there was discussion about this, I'm not sure if it was the summer or the fall. I know that the select board had a discussion about this in the fall and referred it to the planning board.
There was one
There was something
chair on,
about the other road.
yeah, the Whitman Bailey Right. That's the one with the condominiums,
Yeah.
in Bailey Drive. And that's the one that, where the planning board approved
The
for,
project.
approved the project
But
for a
I
private
don't
drive.
remember.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So this
Yeah,
one,
they came
when
before us twice.
they came, yeah,
I
exactly.
wouldn't have approved that for acceptable town road.
Whitman Bailey.
Whitman Bailey,
Yeah, yeah, that's a slightly different issue, but,
Exactly.
Mr. Chair, if I may, just again, because I was sort of, just sort of, I don't say get dumped is a strong word, just got punted my way. And so, again, luckily DPW had been reviewing this and they provided a memo in your packet. Apparently there's some history here where this was supposed to be approved back in the early 70s. There's a packet, in your packet, there's a memo and the drawing of the roads.
We take a second to look at that again?
Absolutely, Mr. Chair.
I want to read what you wrote, Paul, and then also this. I read it last night, but
Just to be safe, after we read it, you should maybe just, I don't know if we need to open hearing, let's just open hearing.
Yeah.
You can cover the base.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll do that.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask Paul a question through you? Do we need to accept this tonight to get it on town meeting? May.
Through the chair, there is the warrant closed yesterday.
Oh,
There is call it a placeholder on the warrant for this matter. The board has to make a recommendation, I think, I don't know exactly, but a couple of weeks before a town meeting. So meaning the board does not have to vote on this issue tonight. They could look at it another meeting, but if the further we get in March or into beginning of April, we might run up against the deadline for
the
town
date of
meeting.
the town meeting.
I believe it's May 7th.
usually the first week of May.
So if we don't do it tonight, we have at least one other meeting that we could,
Through the chair, May 5th is
so we have a couple of meetings.
yeah, theoretically,
But we could
Mr.
have at least till next meeting.
Certainly, Mr. Chair, if you wanted
I
to.
want to just finish reading this. So Paul and board, a question I have is, I think one of the more pertinent things in accepting a road when we look at a new development today, or anything that's going in and we don't know what happened in 1971, is what was the base of the road like? What's the under preparation of that road? I see they did where located the houses and the deeds and this, that, and the other thing. But I don't know if on your memo, Paul, where you say DPW has verified that the roads match town standards and a land standard, I want to know what they did, what they mean by the roads match town standards. other than the width of the road and sidewalks. So I want to see something that says, did they do some core samples and other things to see if it was acceptable? Because the developer built this. In a, probably, I would have to say a good one. But,
Through the chair, no, I think I understand the question.
and I
Certainly,
think we're obligated to do that before we vote to accept it.
I'm sure that the DPW did their diligence here, but I think to your point, it's not listed in the memo here. I could certainly circle back with DPW to get further clarification on that and find out exactly what
They
they
did
did.
some random core samples in a good few different areas before we would see it. And that's up to the rest of the members if they feel the same.
Mr. Chairman, the road in its present state right now really needs paving badly. I will tell you that much. I go down there every now
Well,
and then.
that's not, that could be
Yeah.
after, that's 30 and it's almost 50 years old. So that might be, and they may not have paved it since then, maybe once in between. But it still doesn't, it could be that way after all those years, even if it had a decent preparation. So I'd still like to at least see what they have to say.
Again, if it's the pleasure of the board, Mr. Chair, I am more than happy to circle back with DPW to find out exactly how they made their determination, and we can have this on the next agenda, and I can report back at that time if that's the board's pleasure.
Chair, can I?
It's a good idea.
Couple more things. One is I think the DPW must have done this with sewer inspection. I don't think that's clear. Then utility ownership. I don't see that in the
What
plans.
ownership?
The utility, so water.
Oh, yeah.
Power.
I think they're all pulled.
They're all poles. Okay. Yeah.
Back in 71, it would be pulled.
Poles, yeah. And then, so when I'm assuming, so these are not, there's no HOA, right, at this point? No.
To my understanding, no. From what it
Down
looks like.
there, I think they're all single-family.
The single family, okay.
Yes, they are.
Because so today the maintenance would be a part of there must be some local agreement there, right?
I'm not aware, through the chair, I'm not aware.
I think the town
Usually,
probably I know the town plows it and does that.
again, I've not seen the original approval document for this. I can look that up, but usually in some things I've seen, HOAs will sunset after like 25 years or 30 years or something like that. So I think that's maybe part of the.
I don't even know if there would have been one then.
Maybe not.
Probably was just by,
Single family homes, yeah.
yeah.
Just
They're
by
not bad
word of
houses,
mouth
right,
agreement.
Glenn?
Oh, yeah.
They're nice houses, so people would have just probably been good. They were right near the school, they were centrally located. But, no, I think we all have some good ideas on what we should request
Yeah, I think just a more clarification from DPW, I think we should be good from there.
before.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, they made a pretty general statement here at the end of their letter, just saying that they don't find any other concerns or issues. So,
It's broad, but I think it'll be helpful to understand a little more specifics.
sure.
I'll
And
follow.
if they have done core samples or something, or anything like that, some type of an explanation with them from somebody certified.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, I've listed here, get clarification on the core samples, sewer inspections, and potentially other utilities.
And also, I forgot to mention, we didn't open the hearing, is that?
Well, at this point.
It's
too
not
late
really,
Yeah.
like Paul said, it could be, we usually did this on the other business.
I see, okay.
So we're not taking a vote tonight, we're just getting information, we can.
Yes.
We'll get proper procedural guidance for the next time.
Okay, perfect.
So we're not gonna take a vote?
I think we'll just, we'll just,
No, we
just wait.
can't vote on
yeah,
it
we'll
because
just
we're
kick,
not
we'll kick
ready.
it to the next
We'll just
agenda.
wait to hear from the DPW, that's all.
Nothing else, Glenn?
Not on this, no.
Paul?
I have nothing to add, but I'll do some additional homework, and we'll have that for you in your packets next time.
All right. Moving on to other business. Decision 174 Leicester Street, site plan approval.
Mr. Chair, so that was the cellular, the wireless communications tower that was approved by the board at the last meeting. I will note that there were 3 members who voted affirmatively, Mr. Brooks, Mr. Feldman, and Mr. Danilowitz, who's not here tonight. I'd be happy to get your signatures tonight, but we'll need to get
We
the.
might as well sign them in
Might as well
case.
sign them while you're here, then if I get Mr. Danilowitz to come in the meantime, if not, we'll catch him at the next meeting to sign that. So maybe after the meeting, we can just do some signatures on this.
You want to do them now?
We're almost, yeah, I mean, happy to do it. We're almost,
Let's do them right
we're
now.
almost there. Pass it down, thank you. It's the last page, of course. Thank you very much.
Minutes. 1:13:26, 1:27:26, and 2:10:26.
So, Mr. Chair, if I may interject, we do have, sorry. I do have minutes here that were not in your packet, minutes from the February 10th meeting. However, the only members present were Mr. Brooks, Mr. Feldman, and Mr. Danilowitz. So, I'm not sure if 2 of 3 members present. Yeah, so I think we need to table that one. The minutes from the 13th are not completed yet. However, the ones in your packet for the 27th, the members present were the members. So January 27th minutes would be the ones that we could vote on tonight.
Okay. Do I have the motion to accept the minutes of January 27th, 2026?
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. It is a vote.
Mr. Chair?
Any new business unforeseen by the chair?
I have a couple updates as under the town planner update, if I could, Mr. Chair. So you notice we had originally talked about having an executive session tonight. This would be relative to the 614 Southbridge Street, Sem Starbucks issue. We were hopeful to have the final version of the document for discussion and review. However, I don't know if it was because of the weather or what, it wasn't ready for tonight. So we will, 99% sure, have an executive session at our next meeting on that issue. Also, there'll be a couple other matters that have been continued. Hardscrabble Road, which we've talked about, that's the Casella improvements. And then hopefully the commercial structure proposed at 282 Southbridge Street. They had been continued to the last meeting. And if you remember, we discussed that.
That
And
was the, right up on Southbridge Street where the 2 buildings were supposed to be.
correct. So if you remember,
They had the trash dumpsters.
they had a dumpster there a while that's been removed.
Had a not nice looking site.
Right, so, but if you recall, the applicant's engineer was here at the last meeting, gave us some updated information that has not yet been reviewed by Graves. So as a result, we punted it to the March 10th agenda.
Any update on the new planner?
My understanding is the town manager has made an offer to somebody on Friday. I did not see the town manager this afternoon to see if they have called back yet, but an offer has been made. So optimistically, we'll have maybe a formal announcement ready for the next meeting.
We could have just kept you.
Mr. Chairman, I appreciate that. As you're aware, I'm wearing many hats these days, so I'm happy to get a new planner on board.
Chair, a quick note on the executive session. Would there be, I mean, can I request, even if it's just email directly to me, an update on that? Well, I will not be attending the March 10th meeting.
Through the chair, what I can do, because I know we have, the chair has been out for a few meetings here, and Mr. Danilowitz isn't here. What we can do when we get that document, I think in the past what we've done, is we've circulated that document to the members individually, so there's no open meeting, issues. Happy to provide information ahead of the meeting, especially since knowing you won't be there. I know you've provided comments in the past that would be addressed in executive session. We can do that again.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, was one other last thing I'll just note. In your packets, I included information about the Citizens Planning Training Collaborative Conference, known as CPTC. That happens annually at Holy Cross in March. If any members were interested in participating, I believe there's some training funding in our budget to accommodate that. It's a Saturday, so like a morning to the early afternoon situation. I don't know if any members have participated in the past, but you might want to investigate the offerings. And if there's anything of interest, let me know and we can register you. I think it's March 16th, so it's not that far away. But I can say, as someone who's been to about 10 of those, they do have a good buffet lunch in addition to having a robust educational component. So,
Well, it's on March 21st, I believe.
I'm sorry, I misspoke
I
the
think
date.
16th is the
Okay, I'm getting conflating dates.
registration
Thank you
date,
for the,
What is that?
March 21st.
thank you. It's a Saturday afternoon.
It's a Saturday?
Morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification.
What's the fee Paul, on this one?
Off the top of my head, I don't know what the fee is, but it's in the order of like $85 to $100, something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
So it's a modest amount. For example, Conservation Commission meets tomorrow, and one of their members is going to a similar conference.
I see.
And I want to say that was in the ballpark of $100.
Okay.
So again, I'll just leave it to the board. If anyone's interested, reach out to me, and we can work on getting that, getting you registered if you're interested. If not, no worries. I may or may not be going this year. We'll see. Other than that, Mr. Chair, those are the main updates I had.
Anything else, Glenn?
I do not. Thank you.
Duarkesh?
Nothing on mine.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. It is a vote. Meeting is adjourned.